tried to, man. I just realized the importance. It's like, but cool. Listen, we both been doing this for long enough to where it's like it got to show, have something to show for it by now.
Work for work pops up on my shit all the time.
Yeah, man.
Still,
I gotta still. I don't know. I gotta. You were telling me about this dude who does videos. I gotta link in. You know.
you talking about someone who did video?
Yeah, the guy you were telling me about.
Which one?
I forgot. You said you knew a guy who he was kind of just getting into it. Young guy, I guess.
Oh,
I forgot his name.
what's his name? What's the dude's name? Kyle.
Yeah,
Shot by Kyle.
you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta. You know, I just gotta start doing it instead
Yeah,
of just being like, oh, I'm out of town. Or man, look, I'm trying to drop.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get to it.
right. But your schedule is pretty busy
It
though.
is, bro, because I'm always out of town. But hey,
Exactly.
when I'm in town, what am I doing? Yeah, I'm kicking it with my girl, but I can find a day at least to
Yeah,
even imagine me not coming back to you in what these couple months,
yeah.
and I'll just call you. Hey, cool, yeah, go ahead with this. But I was supposed to been back in the yo, but time, money,
No,
you know.
for sure, for sure. I was just talking to my girl like, cause I feel like time is passing. At the end of
It
the
is.
day. So
It
it's
is.
like I told her like it might be times like we have to spend less time together. You
Yeah,
feel me?
and
Like,
not on no funny stuff. Just
ah,
we're trying to get somewhere. You know?
exactly,
Yeah, man.
exactly. So we here with Boom, SGBH,
Yes, sir.
my guy.
Yes, sir. The one and only, man.
How you been, man?
All is well, bro. Just
It's
been
great seeing you every time I see you,
every
man.
time. You know it. You know it, man. I
So
appreciate
it's
you having me.
no problem, man. So this is the first time that the people might be seeing you, at least some people. So if
Right.
you could go ahead and just give a run through of your background, upbringing, stuff like that.
Yeah, man. So from Powder Springs, Georgia. Born and raised in Georgia my whole life, and I say I got into doing my thing as far as music, like more so seventh grade. Like funny story, like I had won the writing contest in the seventh grade. You know what I'm saying? Tap Middle School, Powder Springs. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I've always just been a pretty, in my humble opinion, prolific writer. Like
Mm.
I'm really good with a pen, but I say rapping came more so around high school. Like
Yeah.
went to McKeachern High School as you know, class of 2012. You know what I mean?
Same
Was-
class.
right, right. And you know how that went. We just always used to kick our flavor, man. Just go around rapping all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure, for sure. So where did you grow up specifically?
yeah. I'm from Powder Springs, so like basically, I was born in Atlanta. I'm a Grady baby, but I've been in Powder Springs since I was like 3 years old. So pretty much Powder Springs. That's you know what I'm saying. Hometown. Uh,
So what's your favorite like childhood memory growing up in Powder Springs?
um,
And from like childhood, I mean like maybe like prior to high school.
yeah, yeah. I'd probably say like okay. I played football when I was younger,
Okay.
so like with a lot of you know what I'm saying, my good friends. And even though that was the only time, it was always just a good feeling. Like, you know, we '90s babies, man. We used to playing outside and just, you know what I'm saying, running around the neighborhood, running around wild, coming in when the street light come on. You know what I mean? Drinking the sanitary water faucet,
Oh,
the
from the
water hose.
hose,
Yeah, that
man.
was our
Look.
Gatorade, man.
I tell my kids about that now and they think that we are just animals
Oh
for that
man, if
shit.
somebody gets caught doing that nowadays, you going somewhere.
I'm
It's not
telling
to a
you.
good place.
I think the rust might have helped us a little bit.
For sure. For
So
sure.
you ended up bringing up something that I wanted to ask you about, and it definitely is the writing contest.
Right.
Because, like, yeah, I think you are what you said, a prolific writer, and you won this contest at a young age. Can you speak about that? Maybe what it was about?
Man, bro, you know, it's so crazy because we had it and I seen my name on the little signboard. So I like told my mom and everything. She calling all her friends, hey, go pass by the school, see my son. You know what I'm saying? It was a proud moment for her and for me too. But like, I don't remember exactly what the topic was. I just remembered like I locked in. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a topic. I think it had something to do with transportation to school, if I'm not mistaken. And I just wrote about like walking, taking a bus, or getting dropped off, and just I guess how it can impact you. It was something like that. It's so long ago, like I said, so I don't really remember exactly. But I mean, just I mean, growing up, like my mom was always like on me and my siblings about like reading and writing and stuff. So that I could say that really helped. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you recall this thing called Hooked on Phonics.
I
My mom
definitely
had us
do.
on that hard. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my mama. You know what I mean?
So just like me, you're first generation American.
Right.
So the
both my parents.
education hit at home.
Yeah. I'm Nigerian, man. So both my parents come from Nigeria, and like you said, they big on education, but I mean, even just thinking about the opportunity to come here and try to make a good life. You know what I'm saying? I'm I'm proud to say that my people they did that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, no, that's big
definitely had
respect.
its benefits and influence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, shout out all the immigrants, all the parents who made it happen for us. I'm definitely one of them.
For sure.
So from the younger age transitioning, I remember personally you rapping a lot at school
Yeah.
with Zone, Wesley, Skip,
Yeah.
Marcus. It was a group of y'all every day, bro.
Yeah,
Like
man.
y'all didn't let up. Y'all were the first rappers that I knew. Which is crazy. You're the first interview I'm doing, but y'all are the first rappers that I was like, oh, they rap.
Yeah.
So like, tell me a little bit about them days and tell me about the clique and the people you was around at that time.
Man, so like SGBH, right? That stands for Stunner Gang Brotherhood. So like that's the crew. But I mean, rapping at school wasn't just confined to us. It was like if you could spit something cool, go ahead and hop in. You know, somebody doing a beat on the table. You remember how it was
Yeah,
with
I do.
the pencil beats. You know what I'm saying, banging on the table. You know what I'm saying. And you just s- s- spoke what was on your mind. You know what I'm saying. You either tried to make it cool or did it for attention for the girls. Whatever you did it for. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you guys was really having fun. You know,
Yeah.
like you look around the lunchroom, y'all were having the most fun in my opinion. You
But
know,
that's what it's all about too, man. Like, why do we do it so much? It was something to do. You know, and like trying to keep your mind occupied as far as like you already at school. That can get boring. But it's like, hey, at lunch, let's do this, you know. Make it interesting.
exactly. I get it. So okay, so let's move on forward. High school's over with.
Yeah.
Where are you channeling your writing?
Uh shoot, at this point, man, or at that point, after high school, I just I think I was focused on trying to sound you like kind of like how every not really how everyone sounded, but a relative sound.
Yeah.
And so I say I was like more so getting into the feeling of music. Like I came up writing more so like metaphors and trying to make it sound like intellectual, you know what I'm saying? Complex. I say after high school though, that's when I kind of find my sound in the sense of like, okay, I'm trying to do that, but make it sound like me, but also not lose the fact that it has to be fun too. You know what I'm saying? So like that matters to me at all times. It's like if I'm not having fun, I do it. I throw the whole song away. You know what I'm saying? Like I do it again.
So that's interesting because it's like a meeting of like both of your sides where it's like the you grew up hooked on phonics so you know the vocabulary, you're articulate, all this, but you also understand the vibe got to be there or the song doesn't really fucking
Type stuff.
work.
Yeah, and that comes through even just being from where we're from, like Powder Springs. We're in Georgia, so the major city being Atlanta. Like I'm heavily influenced on Atlanta's music. You know what I'm saying? But just everyone I've listened to, just the feel of it. You know what I'm saying? The vibe, the flavor. You know what I'm saying that we got down here.
So when did you start actually recording yourself?
I say in the 10th grade. Matter of fact, I had bought a USB mic, man, from this place called Dirt Cheap Music off of South Cobb Drive. And me and Skip, we was Skip had the mic first, and I went over his crib and recorded. And he told me about it, saved up some money and everything, went to go get the mic, and we was on this one program called Mixcraft 5, bro. Just
Heard
take it
of it.
back. You get what I'm saying? Like back in the day. So you know what I'm saying? It's just a plug and play, plug in the USB mic, learned everything on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Or even just most of my knowledge was practical, like just actually wanting to know, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. So I say I was about like 16 the first time I like recorded.
Who were you with in that moment? Who were you with recording? Like who did you record with?
It was me and the homie Skip, but like we was doing it in our own space, respectively. So like he would record something, send it to me, I get it done, send it back, and vice versa.
Remotely.
Yeah, yeah, just at the crib. Yeah,
That's dope. And he was recording himself as well?
yeah, he was recording himself as well. He showed me a lot about the recording process and just setting up the tracks and everything.
So hands on. That's tight. A
Yeah,
lot of rappers not willing to be hands on. So that's dope,
yeah,
man.
man. I mean, it was just kind of it was trial and error, but it was fun. I didn't look at it as
Exactly.
it was a hard task. I wanted to do it. So
So it's crazy how much we know each other because the next thing on my list is your relationship with Skip,
Yeah,
because I know y'all were making music together pretty heavily,
yeah,
and then he passed, unfortunately.
yeah, man.
So talk about that a little bit, and what happened and how it made you feel and where you were at that moment.
Man, look. So Skip went to the Navy. I went off to college. I say, and we were still in touch, and what I'm saying, still talking about the music, and it's like, dang, don't give up on this dream. We doing what we got to do as what I'm saying, young man, but we still every time we would link up, we make songs together, stuff like that. Man, when the homie passed, it was kind of like it was a hard moment for me just because that's who I was so used to, and I was like, that was my partner in crime. You feel me? Like we did all the songs together, or at least talked about it, guidance and everything. So like when he passed, man, I kind of felt like I wanted to give up on music because I was like, dang, like this is not gonna be the same ever again. But I feel like I kept going because of a promise I made to him. You know what I'm saying? Like that I
Mm.
would never stop. So I felt like it would have been selfish to just be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You're not here no more. Let me not carry on this dream. You feel me? So that's where that goes. But man, Skip, that was an amazing guy, man. Just lit up the room every time he was around. You know what I'm saying? Very likable guy. And like I always tell people that Skip was ahead of his time music wise. Like the stuff he used to say, you know what I'm saying? Like you could say it today and be relevant. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
And he was saying this like at 16, 17, like a young dude, and you like, yo, what made him think of that? You know what I'm saying? So that I feel like that's where the passion comes from, just being around Skip so much and like seeing like how serious he took it, you know what I mean? And the level he took it to in his time here, you know what I mean?
For sure,
Yeah.
man. No, that was my main wonder is like, how was your relationship with music at that point? Because
Yeah.
y'all were so heavily doing it back and forth. So it's like when you lose your other half of the music, in a way, like where do you find the will to keep going? But you said you made a promise. Y'all made some type of promise or some type of pact.
Yeah,
So
like a pact, man, like a promise between among bros, like, yo, we gonna keep pushing with this and like keep getting better on your own. Cause you remember, like I said, I went off to college, you went off to the Navy. So it's like we not even together as often as we could have been. So it's like you just remember that, like, dang, well, I know Skip expect this of me. He'll be like, I know Boom expect this of me. You know what I'm saying? So kind of something we kind of, you know what I'm saying,
yeah, y'all you
promised
honored
each
it,
other.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's beautiful, man.
yeah,
So let's keep going from there. I know you end up recording at the staple of Cobb County, D3.
yeah, yeah,
When did you get up with D3? How'd you hear about them? Cause I mess with D3, so tell me
yeah.
about that.
So basically, I first heard about D3. I was going to Georgia Highlands College in like Paulding County. They had like a Dallas location over there. So I met these two people over there, Tony Fresco and Seffi. Now Seffi had told me about the studio. You know what I'm saying? The rate at the time. It's official. He's like, yeah, it's in Bruh's crib, but it's crazy. And so the crazy part is Seffi, he's so fired with the engineering now, but this is before Seffi even touched it. You know what I mean? He just told me about it because Fresco was bigger on the music, you know what I'm saying, recording and stuff. So I went to go check him out. And I seen it and I was like, yo, this is crazy. D3, definitely like somebody to look up to in the sense of like doing it on your own and like it mattering to you, as far as quality, just the time being put in, uh, and what he stand for, you know what I'm saying, for the community. So
Shout out Tony Fresco and Seffi Killum for
definitely,
sure.
definitely.
Yeah, so you was there at the home studio days, the Ackworth location.
Ackworth location. That's where I started off. That's before the other suite. That's before the Atlanta location. You know what I'm saying? That's all they had. You know what I mean? So just going there. That's where I recorded the meaning of Boom.
Yes, I was gonna say, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
recorded a whole project there. They can check out
Right.
Apple Music, everything.
Right.
So now you're in the midst. I feel like it's what like a challenging, like a self-challenging project that you just want to come up with something you've never done before,
Right.
and that is Love a Fool's Tale.
Yeah.
You've
So
been working on it here,
yeah.
which I
Hey man,
appreciate.
you don't give yourself enough credit. Shout out to homie Cool. You know what I mean? Shout out Thresh House Recordings. And this whole journey just making this project is a whole vibe, man. Uh Pretty much like I say I started singing about 2, 3 years ago, but like I never really put out no like a lot of songs. Talk less and make a whole like quote unquote R&B project. So when I came up with the idea, I talked to the homie Cool about it. Like, yo, this is the direction I'm trying to go into with it, and you've always been graceful and just let me know how you feel. I like our method because it's like really collaborative. Like I come with something, tell you, you tell me what you think, and when we actually put it together, it always comes out better than we both thought. So that's been the beautiful thing in that. But yeah, as far as this project, like I was saying, never really came out with no singing projects. I got a couple singing tracks I came out with like in the past, like Wet Like Rain or Charlotte's Web, Let Me Love You, which is what I'm saying. At least two of those are on the album. But everything else is like, believe it or not, this is kind of an off my chest type of album in the sense of like a lot of these songs aren't per se new. So I've written them years ago, but I'm finally putting them out together. And a wise man once told me, we make timeless music. You know what I mean? So it might be old to you, but if they never heard it, you know what I'm saying? So
A lot of the music I feel like on there is like, relationship based or, in the direction of love and stuff. So you said you wrote some of those a while ago. Was that like a real spot you were in at that time, or was it inspired by it, anything
yeah,
specifically?
definitely, man. Like for me, it's called Love a Fool's Tale. As they say, only fools fall in love, and I'm just giving different perspectives on love or the wanting of love, or it might not be love, but it feels like love to you based off of, like you said, different experiences I've been in, different situations, different stuff I've seen. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. And a
Yeah,
lot of these tracks on here are produced by Player.
yeah. Shout out Player 1994, man, the GOAT,
Exactly.
the best to ever do it, the most talented person I know,
Hey, I'll
not
agree.
know of, but that I personally know. Grew up with Player. I mean,
I definitely could say my boy is the truth at what he does,
for
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
So going back to the high school rapping, beating on the tables, Player was with y'all back then.
Yeah, and he, man, like I said, this is the most talented person I know. Like I grew up, I've known players since in Pew football days. You know what I mean? Grew up with him, went to school with him, all that. But like Player, man, he's talented. He plays like five different instruments. So like when he's like in the mix of things, like just beat making and stuff, it's a different vibe because he knows how to play instruments. You know what I'm saying? So you get the whole feel. But yeah, man, this is special. This is
Yeah.
special.
So when it came to getting the beats, because he's a producer,
Right.
how long have you had these beats? Was it something that you told him like, hey, I want this vibe? Like, how did the beats come in?
So basically, like Player being a homie, like then sent me beats all the time. You know what I'm saying? We've used a lot of them, not used a lot of them, but never considered anything a throwaway. Just maybe not a now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Maybe not in the moment. So it's like two or three of them on there that's I've probably had since earliest 2015 or 16. The
Wow.
rest of them, everything is custom made. Like I either tell him an idea or I like sing him the hook and we'll be together and I done seen Player make a beat in 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Sound and go
Yeah.
crazy. So it's like that process has been special to me because I've never had that. I'm used to like pre-made beats or like
Right.
you
YouTube.
know yeah YouTube or hey get somebody to remake it. Shout out my homie Diff too because that's the only other person
Shout
who I
out
can
to
sit
Diff.
down with and he'll cook up right
Yeah.
there. Like he's going based off what he's hearing, no beat, but just the talent they have. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what makes them special for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's really the special part of music. It's like I feel like we get lost in it sometimes with the digital world, but if we're
Right.
like in the room surrounded by musicians and actual people who are just giving the vibe a
Yeah.
sound, giving the moment a sound to live in, like you can't really recreate that. Like I feel
Nah,
like a lot of times you can make a song and try to remake it and it won't work, cuz like the vibe is different. You know what I
bro.
mean?
Put it like this. Even give yourself credit, bro. There's been how many times have we redone something here? You get what I'm saying? Like we'll come in, work on it, come back with the same idea. Third time, a whole different feel, and it's
Yeah.
like, yo, each time we come back, as long as of course, it's on us to want it to be better,
Right, right.
but we're catching a different vibe every time, and each time, whether it's used or not, cannot be recreated. It can
Mm,
only be a part of the process. You know what I mean?
right. Man, that's beautifully said, man.
Yeah,
So with that, what's next for Boom?
man, got to get these videos out. I've been trying to work on that. trying to drop this album mid-January. That's what I'm working on.
Let's
Trying to
go.
get it out. Yeah, man.
Be on the lookout, y'all.
Yes, sir.
So close up. I want to ask you, what's the most valuable lesson you've learned in life?
That's a good question. I feel like I learn. I seek knowledge. I feel like I learn often, every day. But the most valuable thing is probably you usually have more power than you think you do. What that means is like, so we all living, we all doing our thing, but sometimes desperation shows you a side of yourself you may have never seen if you weren't desperate. Now, with that being said, is it that the desperation brought that out of you, or is it that you didn't dig deep enough to see you had it in you the whole time? I think, if anything, that's something I learned, I say, in the past like 3 years that has really kept me on edge, and really kept me going. Yeah, man.
Boom. Thank you, man. First interview,
Yes, sir.
Thresh
You know it.
House.
Shout out Thirst House. Shout out Cool, man. Much love. Blessings, bro.
Peace. We out,
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
That was good, bro.
Yeah.
That was really
I
good.
loved that, bro.
That was really good.
That was rewarding.
That was really good, bro. I
Thank
love
you, bro.
that.
Thank you, bro.
Let's make sure the
Thank you for
audio-
having me, bro.
Man,
That was
what?
special.
That was tight.